There's still just the silence. Behind every sound or thought or thing. There's still just the silence. Now, as much as I talk, I'm not anti non-duality. I'm not anti-non-duality, I'm not anti-awakening. I'm just am I anti anything? No. Maybe I'm in the business of letting this be free. Maybe. I have no idea. I have no idea. So much words. Explanation. So much words and explanation, explaining the experience, explaining what enlightenment's like and how to get there and what it means and all this stuff, and you just muddy the moment. Let enlightenment be everywhere. Let it be nobody's. Enlightenment doesn't belong to any body, mind, character. This body belongs to the ground. And what you call enlightenment is not limited to the ground. It's not limited to this body. It's not owned by anybody. An experience can be yours, you know. In fact, maybe experience is the only thing that's kind of owned in a way. People aren't gonna like that. People aren't gonna like that still. You know, your experience of life is really the only thing that's ever yours. Your expression. Experience is really the only thing that's kind of claimable. I don't know. The whole thing, that's just it's mystified. It's very, very mystified. It's more beautiful when it's left silent. You know, my experience, Maya. Awakening experience, wow. I'm not gonna deal with you guys. You already know, like half you know what I'm gonna say. But my experience, the big, big shift was silence. You know, it was a silence I never felt that deep before. It was a silence that was complete quiet. No matter what sound was being made. No matter what I could hear or see, everything was silence. But it wasn't dead. It was a silence that was so alive. Everything was alive. It was so instant. It was beautiful. And you know, I think it was my path. I'm not here to prove shit to you guys. I'm not here to sell you guys one-on-ones. I'm not here to be worshipped. I'm not here for any of that. I'm here because I enjoy being here. I enjoy filming these. So, I don't think that this is everybody's path. You know, if what you call enlightenment or the experience of knowing that silence and not being able to unsee what you see, I guess. Not being able to unsee reality that way. If that's not essential to the human, that's not essential to the human. Because even when you get that experience, it doesn't transform your life. It can. But it's nothing more than an experience or a seeing that you don't unsee, and it depends what you make that mean. So your ego could take over and become a crazy cult leader. Crazy little cult leader, because you think it meant something specific for you. After you see that thing, you could turn that experience into just an experience. It means nothing. Life's not any different after. I'm not any different after. You could turn that experience into anything, make it mean anything, and people will claim there's no meaning, there's nobody making it mean anything. Bullshit, that's impossible. Every person you call a character, a person that has seen, reached enlightenment, it is making it mean something for them. It means something to them. This isn't the path for everybody. It's not the path for everybody. It's not essential to everybody. And this talk about centerlessness, fallacy. Fallacy. Not a single person that can utter a word knows anything about centerlessness. You have no idea. You have no idea about no center or no you or no name. Because what you're describing is utter silence. It is silent aliveness. It doesn't utter a word. It doesn't speak or claim a truth or a perspective. It doesn't speak and say, I am everything, I am nothing. Like, it doesn't do that. Like, Like, I used to say that. Nobody's here. Nothing's happening. Language is meaning assigned to sound. Inherent meaning that we've given to sound frequencies. You know, it's really cool that the characters, that what you would call apparent characters, I prefer to call expressions, very unique expressions. Collectively come up with language to assign meaning to certain sounds. So any descriptor that you give to, it's kind of annoying. Any descriptor that you give to this any descriptor that you give to this experience is some meaning behind it, something you think it means. You're trapping it in a meaning, what you think it means, and meaning is only filtered through you and your unique expression. The unique expression doesn't die. I think I'm a little sick of people saying character died, or it's just the like becoming so it's becoming a problem. I know everybody's like, there's no problem. Becomes a problem because you think it feels cool to detach your the awareness, like to separate the awareness so much. We're like, oh, this is the awareness and this is the body mind. This is the character. This is the ego. You think it feels so cool to separate the two and then call it non-duality. Becomes a problem. You're not supposed to be detached from this experience as a separate, unique expression. The illusion of being a unique expression that's the spice of life, baby. Now, you don't ever transcend. You do not ever transcend the unique expression. I don't give one fuck if you're Jesus Christ. I don't. You don't transcend it. And if somebody's selling you transcendence where the character dies, it just falls away and it disappears. That's what they feel at the moment. That doesn't happen. The unique expression is what you're using to understand, reflect back, make these videos, come to your own conclusion, describe your experience, assign meaning to your experience, whether you say you're assigning meaning or not. You know, your unique expression is what you used to do that. You. The unique expression does never falls away. You actually won't ever know anything except the experience of it. You won't know anything else beside your experience. It doesn't fall away, it expands. All it does is expand. It doesn't fall away. It expands. Your awareness of who you are expands. Past your skin. past the constructs of your mind and belief systems, past patterns. Past what you know. The experience of being you expands. It pours into everything. And everything pours into you. And it feels like love. It feels like fullness. And dare I say that it feels like security. Not the end of the character. Not the end of the character. No. If it feels like that, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. I don't. It feels like you're dead and life was breathed into you. The breath of life was breathed into you by God. Whatever. You feel more expansive. More free, secure, in the freedom. Feel secure in it. The character doesn't feel like it's not dying. Maybe it feels like that for some people at first. It felt like that for me at first, but it doesn't feel. You don't stay there because you're obviously living life. Ooh. Here. You know, you don't fall away. And you don't become empty. You're full. Experience is fuller. Love is fuller. Music is fuller. It's not empty, despite there only being silence. You know, there's not a non-duality video that you could watch that's going to teach you anything except some lingo that you have to use. That's going to teach you enlightenment. Teach you. It's not going to do that. Because this is a feeling that is always here. It's nothing to do with being taught a damn thing. This is instinct. This is intuitive. This is not ideal. This is not what you work back to. This is natural. It's not the goal. Enlightenment is not a goal. It's already the case. Now, if there is a goal, happiness, elation, joy, fun 3D experience, fun experience for your separate expression, your unique expression, whatever that might look like to you. It doesn't have to look like anything the world says that it should look like, but it's all you'll ever know. So why don't you go get what you want? Feel how you want. Feel happy, elated. No enlightenment is a requirement for feeling joy. In fact, have you ever seen a very happy person pining after enlightenment, like the happiest person you know? Have you ever seen them pining after enlightenment with all these concepts and teachings and ashrams and one-on-one sessions? No. More than likely, they're just living their life. More than likely, they just believe really good things about themselves and the world around them. More than likely, they're a child. Sadly, now less, because we're pushing kids to yeah. Whole different conversation. But I felt like filming, so I filmed. You know, you don't fall away, you just expand. And the preference doesn't fall away. You don't go no preference. Somebody, you know, people talk about it like you don't have preference anymore. You do. You sure as fuck do. All that happens is you expand and you focus more on what you prefer. There's less resistance to focusing on your preference instead of what you don't prefer. And consciousness, whatever you want to call all of this, must have agreed, set it up that way. That's just the way the mechanism works. That's just the system. The system isn't out of your, it is not transcending and getting out of your unique expression and realizing pure consciousness. That's why we say enlightenment's not for anybody, because who the fuck can do that? You can't. It's the expansiveness of the unique expression. You have a wider lens. You saw life like this one moment, now you see it like this. And then it keeps going and going and going and going. And you realize you're observing yourself when you observe a tree, or a dilemma, or a world problem, or a caterpillar, or a thought. You realize that you're observing a 3D reflection of you and sifting it through this unique perspective that will never exist again. That has rolled out into existence and will be rolled back in formlessness. Why would you want to cut something so beautiful off? Say it doesn't matter, that it's just an apparent character. Preference doesn't matter, what I want doesn't matter, what I love doesn't matter. Myself, the evil, doesn't matter. It's all that matters. It's all that matters.